Welcome to Keeping Up with Our Community, a podcast for and about Romeo Community Schools. Each week, we will invite different guests to share insights about some unique aspects of our schools. This podcast is powered by the MIT TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than MIT TV. Their in-studio podcast experience allows you to record perfect audio and capture amazing video. That's all right here at the MIT TV of Romeo, Michigan. Contact them now via email for a free consultation and schedule a visit at mit.tvpodcast@gmail.com. That's mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com. Hello, my name is Marianne Brush, and I serve as the Communications and Marketing Supervisor for Romeo Community Schools. This is episode 20 of our Keeping Up with Our Community podcast. This episode is part one of a two-part series on student leadership. In episode 6, we heard from our high school student leaders, representatives from SERV, RAC, Link Crew, and Student Council. In episode 11, we learned about the 8th grade leadership class and student council from Romeo Middle School student leaders. Now it's time to hear how our elementary students lead. We have invited representatives from all 5 of our elementary schools to join us for this series. But in this first episode, we will be talking with members of Indian Hills Student Lighthouse team and their advisor, Mrs. Amanda Rocha, and representatives from Amanda Moore's Green Team and their parent co-sponsors, Mrs. Joanna Sarah and Mr. Stephen Anderson. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Let's hear first from our guests from Indian Hills Student Lighthouse team. With us, along with Mrs. Rocha, our 5th grader, Adriana Daughtery, and 2nd grader, Esme Kozel. Can you each take a moment and introduce yourself? We'll begin with Mrs. Rocha.
Hi, my name is Amanda Rocha, and I'm the STEM teacher at Indian Hills and the Student Lighthouse Advisor. I've been teaching in Romeo at Indian Hills for all my 21 years of teaching.
Hi, I'm Adriana Daughtery. I'm 10 years old. I'm in 5th grade, and I've been at Indian Hills for 1 year. I liked Indian Hills because my sister was at Romeo Middle School, and she talked so much about how much she liked Romeo. Once I heard about the Lighthouse team, I wanted to join because I like speaking in front of people, being kind, and helping out my classmates.
I'm in 2nd grade, and I've been at Indian Hills since kindergarten. I've wanted to be on the Lighthouse team because I know that I follow the 7 habits daily. I like speaking in front of people and helping people out when I see that they need it.
Well, Esme, did you know that you are our youngest of our student leaders that are participating in this podcast? So thank you for being so brave and joining us. So could you each take a moment to share with our listeners a little about what you do outside of school when you're not being a leader? Do you want to start with you, Esme?
So I do dance, and I do competition, and I also go do softball in the summer, and I do chores and help my sister out sometimes, and I also
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk later about kind of how things that you learn in school carry over to things at home. So doing chores and helping your sister and your mom, that's great. So Adriana, what about you?
Yeah, so outside of school, I do cheerleading for like a sport kind of, and then outside of school, I also like kind of hang out with my friends a lot too.
Yeah, that's important. So, Mrs. Rocha, can you please tell our listeners why you chose Adriana and Esme to represent the Student Lighthouse team for this podcast?
Well, this year I have 12 Lighthouse team members that are all wonderful and all help us lead our school. But when I was approached to pick I only could pick 2 of my Lighthouse members. I knew that these 2 girls have proven their leadership this year. They have no problem public speaking when we do our monthly assemblies, and they really can think on their feet, so they can kind of read the room and see what's needed, and without me even asking. So I knew that they would be able to kind of have this conversation with us and feel comfortable doing it.
Great, thank you. So I understand the concept of a student lighthouse team is part of Indian Hills being a Leader in Me school. So Mrs. Rocha, can you please provide a little background on what it means to be a leader in Me School?
Yeah, so Indian Hills is a Leader in Me School, and it's a program that we follow that helps to empower students like these two and really every student in our building to display leadership and life skills that they need to thrive in today's world. And the program approach believes that every child has the ability and strengths to be a leader, and it gives us teachers the tools to empower, to find a way to pull those skills out.
Well, maybe we can hear from Esme and Adriana about how you can, the leadership roles that you play. Let's start with, who wants to start? Esme, okay.
Like in our classrooms, we have a opportunity to choose a leadership role to help our classroom be a better place. We have roles like messenger, paper passers, a substitute that helps students that were absent. We have a role that leads the class mission statement every day. Students are asked to apply for the leadership roles that they feel they would be best at.
Thank you.
Okay, we have further step students that choose to go farther in applying for a school action team. These teams help our school community. Our team is the Lighthouse team, which help out with our School Bowl of the Grown-Ups. One team is the journalist team, and they help write a monthly newsletter about our school's leadership focus that month. Another team is the Community Events Committee, and they coordinate nights at various community locations where family can participate. The graphic design team create advertisements to promote school events. The yearbook team helps design our school's yearbook. These action teams help students learn leadership skills that will help be lifetime learners. Other action teams are Paw Point and Bark Ticket Crew, School Store, and WIC Learners.
Wow, that's a lot of jobs, a lot of teams.
Yes.
A lot of leadership. So just like, what does it mean to each of you to be a leader? Tell us a little bit about, how you think you've made a difference in your school community.
So I feel like if I'm making like a better place for like little kids, because they can always, when they can make like good behavior, because they can look up to like big kids, and they could be like great role models. And also it means like to be a leader, it means like to help others and be kind, be very respectful, and stuff like that.
And that's exactly what Esme does on a daily basis in school.
That's nice to hear, and I'm not surprised. Adriana, what about you?
Yeah, so a leader is basically how you're showing a good example for other people to like look up and see that, oh, this is how we act when we're older, or this is how to set a good example for others and be respectful and kind. And basically, Esme said it all.
Yeah. You both said that very well.
Yes.
So, Adriana, you're going on to middle school next year. How do you think you'll bring the skills you've learned at Indian Hills when you move up?
Well, the skills at Indian Hills I've learned mostly are to be kind, respectful, and to like show great leadership to others. And how I would bring that into middle school is basically like if anyone needs like help or anything, I could always help them. Or if anyone's like in trouble or they're getting like blamed on, I can always like step up and show what I know, and not to be like a bad friend.
Stand up for people and your friends. That's important. Esme, what about you? You're since you're going to be remaining at Indian schools, and what would you tell your peers about why they should apply to the Student Lighthouse team or any of these?
So I feel like they could like have a voice in their learning, and like they would, like if they're shy, like they cannot, like they won't, like for the Student Lighthouse team, if they would feel like welcome there and not be shy and just stand, like talk up and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's so interesting you talk about having a voice, because that's something they talk about, the administration, how important it is for students to have voices, and at all ages, all levels, so thank you for sharing your voices with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Is there anything else you would like to add, Mrs. Rocha?
No, I think these girls said it all.
They did. They did a great job. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, now let's hear from members of Amanda Moore's Green Team. With us are parent co-sponsors Joanna Sarah and Stephen Anderson to give us a little background on what a Green Team is. Then we will hear from their children. Joanna? Do you want to introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about yourself? Yeah.
I'm Joanna. I'm actually a former teacher. I taught for 10 years. I'm currently a business owner and a volunteer in the school district. I'm also the district PTO council president, and I absolutely love volunteering in the district. I have 3 children here, and back when my daughter started kindergarten in 2018 is when I started to get involved with the Green Team at Amanda Moore Elementary. At which year was when we applied to become an official Michigan Green School through Macomb County. And when you apply to become a green school, you can earn 3 different statuses. You can become a green school, an emerald school, or an evergreen school, depending on how many points you earn, 10, 15, or 20 or more. And we were so proud that the first year when we applied, we not only earned the top status, which was evergreen status, but we also got top evergreen school in Macomb County, which was an excellent experience for the kids and got them really excited, as a lot of those students went through Green Team over the last 5-6 years with us. One of my favorite projects during Green Team that is really memorable for me would be when we did a bottle cap drive with the community. We had thousands of bottle caps donated. We washed them, sorted them, and created, as silly as this is going to sound, the world's first interactive endangered species bottle cap mural of the great green macaw, which is an endangered bird. And this is something that is still in our elementary to this day, where students can take a picture by it, and it's just a beautiful piece of art, but also shows how important it is to recycle and how beautiful it can be. And another project that I'm really proud of is we partnered up with Home Depot to build a greenhouse at our school, and that is something that the Green Team still utilizes to this day to every year grow a different type of project in there. Currently, they are growing different types of greens in there.
Great. Thank you. And Steve, I understand you attended the event at the zoo. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure, yeah, and I'll give you a little on my background as well.
Yes,
so,
please.
former educator as well, 22 years in education. And as my children got older, I left education to find other opportunities to actually spend more time with them, better serve my community. And with the pivot, it's allowed me to give a lot more back to the community, and something that I've installed in my children, as well as why I joined up with the Green Team, because something big or small can change your community as a whole, and it goes beyond just the school. So the fun part with what we've done over the last few years, we're thinking of different activities, ideas that will not only engage in the school, but we can take home and we can share with others and bring new things to life. Things we haven't. We always think of new ideas. What was great with the Detroit Zoo, it's kind of, we always talk and preach about the earth and what the impact and our eco footprint we leave on it. And then you go see these animals and their environments that they're in and where they come from. And you can really pull back, whether you're looking at the watersheds or the pollution and how it can impact these things. And we're talking about the number of extinct animals and the role we play in those things. And even looking at the bigger picture, when we start seeing, we've done it as a county the last few years where we get together and celebrate all the green teams, but seeing the tri-county area and the depth and breadth that this has grown and gone to through all the schools, it's inspirational. And again, we kind of look back and reflect on it and said, how do we grow it even more within our own community when you see how big it is? And you see the support it has even at the national level with it. We've done a lot, but there's still a lot that we can do and bring others into the fold with it.
Well, great. Well, thank you for that background. And since the children are our future in terms of the environment, and it's time to hear from your children and hear what they have to say about some of their favorite projects this year as members of the Green Team. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So with us now are members of Amanda Moore's Green Team. Can each of you just take a moment to introduce yourself, tell us your age, grade, how long you have been a student at Amanda Moore, and what you do in your free time when you're not in school. Let's start with you, Sabrina.
My name is Sabrina Sarah. I go to Amanda Moore Elementary. I'm 11 years old, and I've been at Amanda Moore for 6 years. What I like to do in my free time is gymnastics, go on my trampoline, and play with my chicks.
Nice. Sebastian?
Hi, my name is Sebastian Sarah, and I am 10 years old. I've been at Amanda Moore for 5 years, and I like to do in my free time is basketball, baseball, and hang out with friends.
You like sports, I understand.
Yeah.
And Sebastian, just for those who don't know, Sebastian and Sabrina are brother and sister. So,
Yeah.
Lincoln, what about you?
Hi, my name is Lincoln Anderson, and I go to Amanda Moore Elementary, and I'm in 4th grade, and I've been here for 5 years.
Nice. And what do you like to do outside of school?
I like to go hunting,
play baseball, and go fishing.
Nice. You like sports too, huh?
Mhm.
So why did you decide to be a member of the Green Team? Lincoln, let's start with you.
Because I like keeping the school property clean and healthy for the animals and the kids. I like to do it because we have a greenhouse that allows us to learn about more plants than we can in normal class, and it's fun because you get to hang out with your friends and see it.
That's great. Thank you. What about you, Sebastian?
I joined the Green Team because I really like helping the world, and we do a lot of garbage pickups and scavenger hunts, and we do a lot of projects. Like, let's say you have an old coat or something and it's too small for you and too big. So you could take it to the Green Team, and those are one project where we did, where we cut all the sweaters up and we make the wreaths around Christmas.
So instead of throwing something away, you figure out something to do with it.
Yeah, recycling.
Recycling and repurposing. I like
Yeah.
that. Sabrina, what about you?
Well, I think one reason I'm on Green Team is because I just feel so good helping the earth and encouraging everybody to help the earth. And also we make these like rhymes and like raps about the Green Team and the earth to help people like recycle.
Sounds good. So your parents talked a little bit about some big projects over the years. So tell us a couple things. You touched on it a little bit, Sebastian, some projects you've done this year. Just give us some examples. You mentioned using old clothes and making wreaths. What was that for?
It was probably my favorite one that we did. So around Christmas time, the wreath prices were a lot of money and stuff. And what we did is I asked Lincoln, do you have any old clothes or anything? And we asked all the people in Green Team, and they said, yeah, and they brought it in, and we cut out, and we made our own coral wreath with leftover hangers, too.
Wow.
And we would tie them around, and I hung mine up on our door.
So these were wreaths that people could put on their doors?
Yeah.
And Lincoln, you mentioned picking up, keeping the school grounds clean. Did you guys pick up garbage around the school on Earth Day, or what kinds of things did you do?
We picked up the garbage, and that's it for that. And we did this one project when we took recycled wooden pallets and made a buddy bench.
A buddy bench. That is really cool. Well, tell me about a buddy bench. What is that all about?
It's about because kids weren't making friends and they felt lonely.
So when they sit on the bench, then people know to come sit with them and keep them company?
And make friends.
And make friends. That's nice. And this bench was made out of old
wooden pallets.
Wow. So that had a dual purpose. You repurposed some things that could have gone to waste, and people are able to make friends.
Yeah.
What about, somebody had mentioned making friendship bracelets?
Oh yeah. So we took old recycled bags and we cut them apart and then we braided them to make little friendship bracelets.
That is so cool. Any other examples that you want to give? Sorry, go ahead, Sabrina.
For Mother's Day, we took these old soup cans and we painted over them, and inside of them we put dirt and planted something in them.
Wow. So that was your gift for your mother, for your mom for Mother's Day? Did it go over well?
Yeah.
Ended up really good.
Nice.
So this is probably my second favorite. One time we did this thing. It's called whichever team got the most garbage picked up around the school. We do this all the time. And whoever got the most garbage, which groups of 4 got the most garbage, they would get a prize.
Nice. Get a reward for
yeah.
Would they weigh the garbage to see how much, or number of bags, or number of bags? Yeah, that makes sense. And then didn't you guys make green songs, raps or something?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Lincoln.
I remember this one I did with Sonny and 2 other kids. And went green stuff is beautiful. Don't you think so? Look at that farm over there. Maybe we should go.
Love it. Anybody else have a rap they want to share?
I was actually in Lincoln's group for that.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah. I was riding a piggyback ride, and we were all singing it, and I remember falling off. And
Well, I hope you were okay. I hope you were
My
okay.
freshman rap is like, stop polluting. You don't know what you're doing. When you clean, the earth becomes nice and clean. That's why you join the green team.
Awesome. Thank you. Well done. So how do you think you've made a difference in your school or community with all of these different things? Lincoln? I'm sorry, Sebastian.
So before in 2000, about 2019, 2018, we started this, and what happened was, like, it was like there was a lot of trash on there, and we like found a lot of trash, and like in this one area, I remember there was a lot of trash, and we picked it up, and we just like we put it in the garbage, and we made sure like, and I remember I saw this one bird like right when we started it, and it had like, I don't know, but it was like a cup, like a soup, not a soup, but like yogurt, and it was wrapped around its neck.
That's so important to clean up trash. Yeah, because it can hurt wildlife.
And
Right.
after we were in like 2024, now our school is really like so much more cleaner.
That's
Like
great.
the sidewalks are clear, all by the trash cans are clear. It's like really nice now.
You wouldn't see a piece of trash in sight now.
That's amazing. And so it just creates awareness, right? You're more aware of picking
Yeah.
up trash, and you notice if there's trash and you don't like it.
Yeah.
So what about other ways have you created awareness in your school?
Well, we made these green posters during quarantine, and they could and everybody could take them home and put them in their yards with like green messages, like "Stay green, hug a tree."
Nice. And so do you remind your classmates, like, turn off lights or don't run the
Yeah.
water?
Every morning on the announcements, there's like a green school tip of the week.
Yeah.
And it tells like what you could do that week to be green.
Do you remember the green tip of the week for this week, Sebastian?
So I remember one from this week, and so on the morning announcement they say, before we continue, we have a message brought to you by the green team, and it said like
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
reduce, reuse, recycle, brought to you by the green team.
Nice. All right. Well, will you continue advocating for these things when you're in middle school? You're in fourth grade, right?
Yeah.
Yes. You're both fourth grade. Okay.
Fourth and
Sabrina, you're a fifth grader.
Yeah.
What are you gonna take the skills you learned and when you go on to middle school?
Yeah. I just think it's so important encouraging people to become green. Maybe we can make like a difference at the middle school too, not just Amanda Moore.
Yes, I love that. Carry it forward. All right. Well, any closing thoughts? Anything else you want our listeners to know about Amanda Moore's Green Team or leadership in general? What would you tell your peers about why it's important to get involved in something like this? Lincoln, you want to share something?
So at my house, we have a 1/4 of a mile long of creek on our property, and we put fishing spots. We had forts on it, and we noticed there's a lot of trash, and then there's a lot of brush messing with our fishing spots. So me and my dad decided to, and a lot of other people decided to go in the creek and clean out all the fallen trees, roots, vines, trash from the creek to make it easier for fishing and other activities like kayaking.
Well, that's great. That's a great example of how you can take what you do at your school and then take it to the community and the world. And that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. So, well, I appreciate you joining us and sharing all these unique aspects about your school. Thanks, guys. Anything else?
Thank you.
All right.
Can we share a green wrap?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. You can end on that. You ready?
Don't be mean.
Stay green.
Stay clean and join the green team.
Thank you. Awesome.
Cut.
Next up is part 2 of this 2-part series. Our guests are representatives from the Kindness Club at Hebbel Elementary School and the Student Council at Washington Elementary. Thank you for joining us, and tune in next week to keep up with Romeo Community Schools. This podcast is powered by the MIT TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than MIT TV. Their in-studio podcast experience allows you to record perfect audio and capture amazing video. That's all right here at the MIT TV of Romeo, Michigan. Contact them now via email for a free consultation and schedule a visit at mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com. That's mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com.